morning, and welcome to today's edition of Shortcuts for Your Soul. It's Friday, December the 17th, and my name is William Michael Forrest. I'm a spiritual medium, a channel, and an intuitive life coach. And today I'm going to be channeling John the Baptist, and he's going to be discussing the concept of overcoming stupidity. And then tomorrow, on our meditation, just a few things we'll go over before we get started. The truth in silence find. And I've got a being that is not going to address himself until tomorrow. Will be coming in to do the meditation with us, and that's at 10 a.m. tomorrow morning here on this channel, Supernatural Saturday. I look forward to seeing you there. Next Monday, we got, where are you rascals? Yes. So on Monday, we're going to be discovering a group called the Adamics, and they're going to be covering a subject called the real you. And this is going to follow on the heels of the meditation tomorrow. Then next Wednesday, there's only two types of being. And there's a being by the name of Christasian from Atlantis who's going to be coming through next Wednesday. Only two types of being. And he had me put in brackets love and fear. There's only two types of being. Ways you can be, and two types of beings. And they're either based in love or based in fear. And that's the being named Christasian. From Atlantis on Wednesday. Next Friday, Turn to God, the Quantum Field. And I have a feeling it's a combination of Stephen Hawkins and someone else. I'm not sure who someone else is, but Stephen Hawkins, Turning to God, the Quantum Field. And that'll be next Friday on Shortcuts for Your Soul. For that, welcome everybody to this channel. If you like what you see, hear, and experience, please remember to hit that subscribe button, click on the notification bell so you get notified when we come live. And this channel is specifically for learning a different perspective of life based on the understanding and experiences of beings from many different realms and dimensions. When you understand life only through the five physical senses, you do not have a proper or accurate conception of what reality is. You're very limited to a five sensorial perception. There are realms of sight, sound, touch, taste that are beyond the vibrational frequency of our biology, but which through our consciousness we can access. One of the things John the Baptist taught people how to do is how to invite or bring the Spirit of God into you. How to bring the Spirit or the light of God into you and awaken it. That was the way he functions, is that purpose. When you call on his energy, you're calling for the Spirit of God to be brought into you, the Spirit of enlightenment, the Spirit of truth, the Spirit of love, get brought into your life. To simply believe everything that you've been told about what life is and what life isn't is an error. So to simply believe everything you have been told, no matter who it is from, is an error. He says it is the most ignorant way that people can live, to simply accept what they're told without a due process of experience to enable them to fully understand the truth from their perspective, and not simply to accept information that is being presented to them. The evidence for people in the process of what you would call baptism, which is not simply pouring waters upon the head of a babe. It is, in truth, the deliberate and intentional awareness of and the ability to conduct, the ability to be aware of and conduct the infinite spirit, to bring it forth, to invoke it into the expression of itself, through itself, which is all things. To be able to remember that life that is in you, that is in me, is in all things. In that moment that you remember this, you are given a new life. You are reborn into a new life when you recognize that which is in thee is in me. There has been a lot of confusion. Again, I want to stress that the substance of water was used as an allegory for the Spirit, when invited, will come down into you. Having knowledge of this, I have been in many instances able to facilitate those who are willing to receive that light can receive that light, regardless of what others may say. Those that receive it know it and will see it and will live it. Once the light is seen, you cannot go back to your old ways. Once you see the light, you cannot go back to your old ways. The same problem that you're experiencing now in your world happens in many worlds, not simply in this one. The ability to actually move yourself beyond the understanding that you perceive from your five physical senses exists in your awareness, not in your senses. You may be able to weigh and measure and observe the changes of things in this world, but that which causes those changes can only be revealed from within you. And there are only two ways that you can arrive at that place of light. And the first way is to receive it, and the second way is to acquire it. The process of receiving is significantly easier than the process of acquiring it. The process of receiving is one of surrender, whereas the process of acquiring it is an act of discipline where you literally retrain and rearticulate your body, your mind, and your thoughts so that they become your servant and no more your master. Yes. Meditation can be likened to opening yourself up to. Meditation can be likened to opening yourself up to that spirit to come in, that one great light, that one great love. But know this, you must relieve yourself of all fear. You must relieve yourself of all fear to know that love eternal can be yours. This is also called the process of forgiveness, to relinquish yourself of all fear, that you may open up to the light of love coming into you, becoming that which you already are. There are so many that get confused between the name they were given by their father and the name they've been given by this world. There is some confusion. There is a name that you have that is not the one you've been given, but will be given to you when you do see the light or your father, whatever you may choose to call this infinite loving potential. This was my, and still is my primary function, to bring down into those that are willing to open to receiving love's light and carrying forth love's expression. Yes, there are many changes that are unfolding right now as they did before on many occasions. This process of discernment between fear and love has not been adequately comprehended, nor understood, nor accepted by the human family. You still vacillate from fear to love, as can be seen in the risings and fallings of your civilizations. And there have been many since my biological time in the condition of that you knew of as John the Baptist. The essence of that, which is what I am, understands and observes many of these changes that have happened as a result of the influences and the denial of love. The influences of fear and the denial of love have kept the humanity in darkness for many, many centuries. You see the light now appearing, literally you see the light appearing for now almost 200 of your standard years. You have had light. You've had it, and now you are in the place where you do not understand it is not the light in the street or the light in the bulb. It is the light within you It is the light that is within you that is shining out to give you this new life, these new technologies, this new abundance. It is the light that you are allowing to flow into you. But that which is good can be made evil, and that which is evil can be made good. And you are struggling to hold on to a very ancient way of being that will not serve the light that is shining through brighter and brighter, whether you would turn your eyes away from it or not. It will still shine. There's a process in place now on your planet that is very different than when I was on the planet. You must understand, this cannot be avoided or ignored, that there is a change in light, and you may open yourself to that which you are, or remain in a sleep with that which you are not. The one that the world taught you to be is not the one that you are. The one that you are far exceeds any capabilities of the one that the world has claimed you to be. And I stress that the world has claimed you to be something you are not. That name, that identity, that personality that you have is something that has been imposed and not chosen. But you are going to go through this change, whether you are aware of it or not. It is happening. One of the things I've been noticing with these, I don't know about you guys, but for about the last 4 or 5 days, there's been a really heavy drag on energy, like a sleepy, heavy energy. And there's such a massive amount of communication going on between the planets, the sun, the solar system, the other systems of solar systems around this one. There is a huge movement in consciousness going through this galaxy like nobody's business, and we're being impacted by it now. You can see on the sun the changes that are happening there. The sun and the earth are living, sentient beings. Yeah. He's just saying our definition for life is so small. When you understand, if you could open your eye and truly see, all around you are life forms and beings that would be very great for you to interact with if you understood this. But they are all around you, but you do not have the eyes to see nor the ears to hear. You believe so many things are limited. But these things are all alive. And when you begin to see, you will see life, and you will see it more abundantly. Yes. So the communication between the sun and the earth that's going on right now is in direct correspondence to the communication between ourselves and the field of life around us. Yes. That what you feel, what you think, and what you believe, you must understand that these are communication. What are you communicating to the mother? And how shall the father respond? Can you be more specific about that? The way in which you believe, the way in which you feel, you must understand you are affecting and influencing the world as you know it. Many of you do not understand that your thoughts and your feelings are not just some static ideation in your mind. They are literally the formation of creative components, thought and emotion engage in a process of creation, of which many of you are unconscious that what you think and what you feel is causing effects in the experience of time and space that you have decided to partake in. And now you call forth freedom and truth and knowledge that you can be free. But again, you cannot acquire freedom when you already possess it. And those that would say they will offer you freedom cannot, for they themselves are not free. Any that believes that they can offer you freedom, are they themselves not free? In the moment that you open yourself to more than what you understand, you begin to liberate yourself from this human self that you find yourself in. this body that you find yourself in, which is a very wondrous, wondrous experience, but it is not the only one. When you can liberate yourself from the world that has made you, this is simply to mean that when you liberate yourself from what the world has made you believe that the world is, then you will begin to see. My function is simply to furnish, through my awareness, the vibrational transmission of qualities of spirit that can enable those that are willing to open their eyes and ears to see and hear, to hear and see. There is a very specific frequency of vibration that can be felt when one turns their attention from what one is familiar with giving their attention to something other than what they know. To turn your attention away from what you know is to turn your attention towards everything else, which is what you do not know. And that which is known will be unknown, and that which is unknown will become known. To turn your attention away from what is known will liberate you from what is known. And you have heard it said that all else can be added onto you, and this is true. When you liberate yourself from all that you think that you know, you will know all other things, all other thoughts beyond that. And in that moment, that you might call the second death, where you surrender the limited self, where you literally surrender the limited self. And in that surrendering, you open up to the divine. There are very few that will tell you this truth. They will position themselves as if they themselves are responsible for this. The only thing that they can possibly be responsible with is pointing a finger in the right direction, if they're able to do so. And if you go in that direction, you might find what you're looking for. But ultimately, you must find that which you seek, for none can give you the truth, but that truth which is within you is always there for you to reclaim. Yes. Question. Good morning, everybody. Yeah, so it's funny. Question from Jana. When I meditate and breathe really slowly and gently, sometimes I feel warmth coming to my hands, chest, and the belly. Is this my connection to God? It's the beginning of releasing resistance to that divine. When you're in this beautiful place, move your awareness from the contemplation of the physical sensation into the vibrational sensation, not the physical sensation of what you have described as heat, but into the vibrational essence of that which is causing the heat. Go to that which causes the effect. You do not wish to speak to the secretary, you wish to speak to the chief executive officer. And he is the one that's sending the message. It is not the message that you want, it is what is behind the message. So those symptoms are clear signs that you are stepping beyond, what you know into what you do not know. But again, you are still stuck in the known because you're describing a sensation of the body, such as heat in localized places of that body. And when you connect to the fullness of the Spirit, not one part or another part of your body shall be filled with this light, but thine whole body shall fill with light. When the truth of God comes into your mind, you are filled with the vital light of freedom and truth. You come to know the truth. And again, you may substitute this word God with spirit or energy or consciousness or field, whatever name you choose to give it. It is a field that is unbroken and unseparated and unsegmented. In your body, you have the illusion of separateness, but when you come to that place of sensation in your meditation where your mind is quiet and you're aware a new energy is entering your body, a new energy causing the hands to heat and to pulse, then ask yourself, from whence comes this vibration? From where comes it? And as long as you are in a vibrational state of joy and love and curiosity, then you shall attract love and joy and that which would satisfy your curiosity. Do not meditate nor ponder difficult things in a place of fear or anger, unless you choose to use the mechanisms of what you call meditation as a way of liberating fear and anger and other limiting consciousness from your body so that you can aspire to the light of love. It's a great question, John. Thank you so much. Yeah, good afternoon. A question from Drusilla. I felt spirit coming in during meditation. Then I felt physical pain in my back, and it pulled out. What happened, and how can I do this with success? He's just saying, continue to repeat it. When you feel the physical sensation, do not get caught in the physical sensation, but ask yourself this question: what comes to me now? What comes to me now? Not the sensation, but what beyond the sensation is coming to you. If you hear a knock on the door, it is not the knock on the door that you wish to see. You wish to open the door to see what is knocking. And many of you will experience the knocking of the spirit in different ways. One has already described the sensation of this new energy of heat in these localized places of your body. That is a knocking on the door. And you get this knocking on the door. It is what is on the other side of the door that you wish to commune with, to connect with. I encourage you to do this. Yes. Tomorrow, again, if you join us for the meditation tomorrow, I think that's going to be the truth. It's called, tomorrow's meditation is going to be called The Truth in Silence. Fine. Please join us for that. There's a special guest coming on that's going to be leading us on the meditation. I'll be channeling through. So please join us during the meditation tomorrow. That question will be answered, Drusilla, by experience more than by words. A question from Ruth. How to remember, is this the biggest light you could gift into this new year? Today is the new year. Thank you so much. You must understand that light never dies. It never dies nor diminishes. It is whether you turn to it or turn away from it that it might seem so. If you turn to your darkness, if you turn to your suffering, then the light will seem dim indeed. But if you turn yourself away from your suffering, the light will get brighter and brighter, much the same way as you walk towards the horizon of a sunrise. The more you walk, the closer you come to the light. But stay away from your darkness. Turn away from your fear. Turn away from your anger. Turn away from your guilt. Turn away from your shame. Let them go. Give them no heed. Return to the light within you. Return to the light within you. Thank you, Drusilla. You are an angel. Thank you so much. Appreciate that super chat. Question from Vertical. Falling out from shoulders upwards. Yes. Remember, the body is simply an instrument that you utilize as a mechanism for expressing that light here. Yes. But we have a lot of students and people that come to us that often will feel themselves not in their body, like their body doesn't even exist. When you move from the physical body to the astral body, from the astral body to the etheric body, perception changes, energy changes. And it can literally, if you feel like you're falling up out of your body, you're literally leaving your body. Your awareness is moving up out of your body. The truth is your body, yes, your body is contained by you. You are not contained by your body. Everybody asks, how do I move my arms and legs, right? How do you move your arms and legs? You contain this system and it responds to commands you give to it from a non-physical place in consciousness. You're a non-physical entity utilizing a physical medium of manifestation to express yourself as a physical person here. But you're not the body. The body is the instrument you're just using. Remember that. They keep telling me that over and over again. William, the body is just the vehicle. And it is. Your body is just a vehicle. It is not who you are. That body is not who you are. It's an instrument that we've been gifted by the Creator, that we could express and create and play and dance in this world, in this physical dimension. Yeah, there are many physical dimensions. There are many physical dimensions that, relative to this one, are vibrationally different. So you cannot perceive them with your normal eyes, and you cannot even collide with them because they're on a different frequency. Yeah, the same way as you have these radio sets now, that these different frequencies of radio sets, these different frequencies never bang into each other. They are layered and entwined with each other, but they do not collide. And the same is true for dimensional awareness and consciousness. They are simply different frequencies. In the process of meditation, you're actually learning to change your frequency from a physical state of exclusive perception to a non-physical state of physical perception. Yes. Thank you. Yeah. Hi, everybody. So I think that we're done for today. So listen, if any of you guys are feeling really tired and draggy energy last 3 or 4 days, this is just part of what's going on right now. There's a huge flow of ascension energy coming onto the planet right now from the galactic center that's been imparted to the sun. The sun's imparting it to the earth. And then there's communication going from the earth to the sun. And meditation becomes really important. Just being able to keep your mind still and quiet and peaceful, and to move into the awareness of what you're being. And I hope you'll join us tomorrow for the meditation, which is called "The Truth in Silence Find." And when I asked him a bit about what that meant, he said quite simply, he said, most people are so lost in their mind that they cannot know what is true because all they have is what is in their mind. In this meditation tomorrow, we will endeavor to assist you to step beyond the thinking mind that you have, to liberate yourself to the peaceful existence that you have as a being. You will feel a sense of being unrestricted, as you have heard others say. They feel like they float out of their body. They feel this different energy in their body. When you step away from what you already know, you move towards experiencing all that you do not know. And all that you do not know is infinitely more exciting and dynamic than what you do know. That's not to say that what you know has no value. It simply means that there is so much more for you to experience in the realm of consciousness than your existing mind and body will allow you to. They are what the earth requires. You are not of this earth. You are a consciousness. Thank you so much. You're very welcome, Fardiba. So yeah, remember to share this information out. And again, join us for meditation tomorrow. And again, I'll recap for next week. So on Monday, there's going to be a group of beings coming through called the Adamics. And they're going to be sharing a conception, a process called the real you on Monday. And then on Wednesday, there's only 2 types of being, love and fear, by a being by the name of Christacian from Atlantis. And he's coming in next Wednesday. And the next Friday, turn to God or the quantum field to know your truth, right? Turn to God or the quantum field to know your truth. And I know that Dr. David Hawkins, Stephen Hawkins will be with us next Friday, but there's going to be another guest with him too. So I'm excited about that. I want to say thank you to everybody for coming out today. Thank you for your support. Have yourselves a wonderful, joyful day, and much love, everybody. Bye for now.